How long have you been waiting to say good morning, Bradley Whitford? Hi, Bradley Whitford.
Hi.
Listen, we have a more current idea for you. You do a thing that just says "get out the vote," and you have like a deer antler in the middle of you. If this is your, if you don't vote.
I can't believe I haven't thought of that. That's
Right.
a good idea.
Yeah.
That one's free. Hi, Brad.
Yeah, a little creepy. How are you?
I'm good. I said I can't believe you're shooting Handmaid's Tale again, and they're shooting that in the Senate Intelligence Committee, the Supreme Court hearing as well.
God. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm shooting. I'm up in Toronto, shooting the documentary of the next season of the Handmaid's Tale.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little eerie. So it's just like more reality television when you tune in the Amy Coney Barrett hearings, correct?
Man, my only hope is that this exposes the complete insanity of originalism, which they get away with. I was saying it's like an Orwellian doily wrapped around a morally bankrupt turd. I mean, you just want to ask. You just want to ask this woman. You're an originalist. Did you vote?
Right. Right. You said it. You tweeted that. I like asking conservative women who call themselves originalists if they've ever voted. You wouldn't be able to be a judge. I was waiting for her to call Cory Booker Senator 3/5 of a person. I mean, seriously?
But why hasn't anybody brought up that pesky slavery thing in these hearings?
Right.
It's bizarre.
Lindsay did this morning.
Oh, did Lindsay?
He said go back to the segregationist times.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Lindsay was getting nostalgic.
Yeah. Well, speaking of nostalgia, so tonight the cast of The West Wing is doing virtual trivia night for the Biden campaign. You can get in for as little as $25. Go to joebiden.com. We just had Jonathan Del Arco on yesterday. Star Trek cast did one yesterday. Hamilton is doing one. Bradley, we hear this every time. This is not just the most important election of our life. It might really be the last one in a democracy, right? We were talking about this on the set of, we did a thing for When We All Vote, and there was an argument going on. The cliche right now is this is the most important election of your life, but I think you're right. This is potentially the last one. The last election may have been the most important in your life because we would have had an entirely different Supreme Court. And what's bizarre to me, we need to learn from the reason we have minority rule in this country, I think, is because the right understands in a way that we do not. And yes, the system is structurally racist and oppressive and built like that. But the right understands that politics, government is the way you create your moral vision. Mm-hmm. And we think it's what I do, culture. And culture really helps, but will and grace won't help you if you have a pre-existing condition. Right. They didn't like Donald Trump. They actually didn't. But they understood. They cared more about their business interests than we care about social justice. Yeah.
They were thinking about the Supreme Court. So, I hope this is a lesson in remaining focused and remaining engaged.
Brad, you referred, this is tomorrow night. HBO Max is airing the West Wing reunion to benefit Michelle Obama's When We All Vote effort. And that's why West Wing, is so, it's obviously whole new generations are watching on Netflix because it becomes this thing that you're like, oh, really? It's a thing about people that care about other people that are actually in government rather than...
Yeah, no, it's progressive porn on...
Right.
It is. It's a liberal spank bank, Bradley. That's what I want to say.
It's civic music. But honestly, what
is the thing I am most proud of about that show is, and it's very easy for us to be cynical about public service, and it exalts it and exalts the difficulty of it. And when you don't prioritize that, we tend to, we lose an election, we say the system's corrupt, I don't want to participate. They lose an election, they start a think tank and run for the school board. I think people are understanding, and that's why we have, every issue I think your listeners care about is at least 60-40 in your favor. But they're gaming the system, partially, again, because of structural stuff, but partially because we're not as involved as they are. We have to see a public lynching.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the diagnosis, which is so important and must happen. But we've got to stay involved because they are. And if we don't stay involved, you live in a gulag dictated by the people who choose to participate.
Well, that's what's so unique about the cast of The West Wing is, as I said, it's, like 47 Emmys ago for all of you, but it's, you really are those activists in real life, and you're really all still good friends, and it's really kind of such a inspiring thing for people. This is why, so tonight, if you want to do a virtual trivia night with the cast of, and it's quizzing each other, right? So the cast of The West Wing is going to be...
The sad thing is, like, the show, because of like Netflix and everything, people, like, when we made this thing, it was going to be on maybe twice. There was never going to be syndication for a 1 hour. If you wanted to see it after it was on for a rerun, you'd have to go to the Museum of Broadcasting. And now people, like, memorize episodes. And the truth is, we don't remember anything.
I know. Well, by the way, Richard Schiff, he shifted us this morning. He was also supposed to call in, but maybe he'll call now, and then you can have a fight over who was Toby and who was Josh, because you guys are both old. Maybe you won't remember.
Yeah. Oh, Richard spaced it? I'm shocked.
Yeah, the good doctor forgot what time.
By the way, Richard, I've known Richard my entire life. I truly love him like a brother.
Yeah.
But here, do you want to hear my? Richard. It seems a little dark.
Okay.
Maybe. But he kind of truffle hunts for the downside. He's sort of an Eeyore.
Yes.
Okay, you ready? Here's my Richard Schiff joke. Richard's doing a one-man show. The only problem is he hates the cat.
Yeah, he's obviously a follower. He's not a leader. You tweeted, journalists, you're taking debate. Republicans already packed the courts. Mitch laughed about it. Your job is not both sides, it's the truth. And Richard just said ditto this. He's obviously Josh is the leader here. Yeah.
I met Richard's brother was my roommate in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Forever.
That's so cool.
Here's what I love about you. You're very easily tricked, all of you in the West Wing cast. I got Martin to call, I got Lily Tomlin to play Ernestine, the White House operator, in The Last Sexy Liberal, and then I got Martin to call in as President Bartlett and ask for Debbie Federer, and then also to be put through to Grace and Frankie's Beach House. And so you're all easily tricked into doing anything. We're going to get you in that Get Out the Vote ad with the deer antler in your stomach. We're going to do it.
I would love it. No, the thing you have to realize about our cast is that we will go to the opening of a can.
Listen, but you're right about like a whole new generation watching Netflix. I remember being out with our mutual friend Melissa Fitzgerald, and some like pimply, like, I don't know, grocery bagger guy was like, "Oh my God, you're Carol on the West Wing." It's like, because they're just seeing it now, right? This whole new generation.
By the way, you know what I think we have discovered politically is nobody wants to hear, a Hollywood person tell them how to think. Like, you always have to sort of navigate that.
Yeah.
But we're better at show business, and the fundraising that we have been able to do not by preaching at people, but by, bringing castes back together, has been a really powerful generator for progressive causes and for getting out the vote.
Yeah. Rob Reiner, our friend, just did Princess Bride, and he's doing Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right, Bradley. I think we all want to get back to some version of normal. I mean, I don't know what your most exhausting thing is about this, the sexism, the racism, the lying, just the general chaos. I think we're all just so exhausted.
Hang on. Give him a chance. No, I'll tell you what I keep saying is this is like an Al-Anon situation. Like, Daddy is nuts, and we're all forced into this relationship with him. And Mommy, Lindsey Graham, is going, get in the van, kid. And we're like, he's killing us.
Bradley, Daddy is not drunk. Daddy's just going out for cigarettes.
No, he's really messed up.
No, I keep saying that. It's not like he's a drunk pilot. He's drunk and he's not even a pilot. He's flying the plane. Now the actual plan is herd immunity, which will kill 3 million of us.
And also, this is like, they realize this guy is a delivery system for their values, and they are craven enough, to weaponize someone who could bring the whole house down. Hopefully, look, you want some hope?
Yes.
I think nothing worthwhile, no great change in this country has ever come out of anything but a horrible time that exposes the moral bankruptcy of things like not having universal access to health care as this virus, feasts on the most vulnerable among us. I truly believe that there is an opportunity here to make a huge step forward.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
I am. I'm feeling all West Wingy and optimistical, but I really do, Bradley. I think from what we're seeing from turnout and early voting and polling, I have to believe we have, because we have to have a blue NAMI. It can't just be a blue wave, right?
No, winning is not enough. We have to, renounce this. And the Republican Party, this is a party that would not exist without voter suppression.
Yep.
Racist voter suppression. I mean, I'm from Wisconsin. Trump won by 22,000. I think 35,000 voted for Jill Stein, 100,000 for the libertarian guy. But the voter suppression there, Wisconsin's really interesting because it's not just an electoral battleground; it is a ideological battleground. The Koch brothers go after Wisconsin because the entire New Deal came out of Wisconsin. This thing called the Wisconsin idea. I mean, basically, they had unemployment insurance statewide in Wisconsin in 1911. And that is why it is so important, especially there, to defeat them. And, Scott Walker, one of the great minds of the 12th century, was, immediately, after the economic disasters in 2008, his solution was, what the problem is? It's greedy teachers.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Money grubbers. Yeah. Bradley, let's talk about your extraordinary career before you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
I was just reflecting upon it this morning in my journal.
Travis says to me, "But you got to watch *Handmaid's Tale.'" I'm like, "For entertainment? Fuck that! Are you?"
Stephanie!
Sorry, I didn't. I thought I was doing the happy hour. My fault, Bradley. I apologize for talking about your extraordinary career in such terms. But seriously, don't you? It's too close to real life, *Handmaid's Tale*, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's I got to tell you, the funniest thing about shooting Handmaid's Tale, particularly I think because the material is so brutal, it is one of the sweetest sets I've ever been on. I mean, just kind, super sweet, genetically, stereotypically the sweetest human beings on the world. These Canadians, and then the material is just so brutal.
Yeah.
So like you'll have things like the assistant director will come in and go, okay. I don't want to rush you, but I do think we should get the nooses on the girl.
Oh, no.
And it's just like, oh my God, what? Where am I?
They're at craft services with nooses on their necks.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Listen,
I feel honestly extraordinarily fortunate because I truly have never. I am probably more leery of doing socially relevant material because I know the danger of falling into that trap. And the thing that I am most lucky about, whether it's West Wing, Get Out, or Handmaid's Tale, is that they are these extraordinary creative experiences that, in the case of The Handmaid's Tale and Get Out, also happen to be painfully relevant.
Yeah. Would you vote for Obama a third time if you could, Brad? Was Get Out as much fun to shoot as it looks like it must have been?
Well, we had no idea. This is a $4.5 million movie, which is, a third of the budget of, a big Game of Thrones episode. It's shot for 21 days. I read the script and I was like, oh my God. I would have done anything for Jordan because I was just such a huge fan of his. And it is a miracle to direct your first movie. It's a miracle to do a low-budget movie. And for him to hit it out of the park like that, he called me into loop afterwards. And people always, did we really know what we had? No, you really do not know. We knew it was really interesting, but you never know how stuff is going to cut together.
Yep.
And Jordan, I said, how is it? And he said, I think it's kind of really good. And I said, well,
a little bit.
You have to think that you've spent, you're in the cult. You've spent 3 years, and he's like, I think it's really good. I'm kind of happy with it. And then I went to this screening at Sundance where I saw it, and I've never seen a souffle rise like that. I was just stunned.
Do you have?
He's an angel.
Did you have sympathy deer antler pain for years after that?
The only argument, it wasn't an argument, but I joked that it was an argument. But when I get the deer antlers, and listen, I've been through a lot of these. I've been eaten by a merman, and
that's right.
All sorts of horrible deaths. But I kept we really, because of the schedule, we really kind of had to do it in one take. And when the blood comes out, you got to change, you got to redo the makeup. And I kept torturing Jordan, saying that when the deer antler went into me, I was going to go, oh dear.
All right, we can't top that. Rockstar cheers for actor, activist. Ever since I ran into you at the Hollywood Reservoir, I knew you'd make something of yourself, son. And go to JoeBiden.com. Join the cast of The West Wing tonight for virtual trivia night.
Come, vote!
Yes.
Vote!
Yes.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thanks, Bradley.
All right, honey. Talk to you soon.